Dear Prabhuji, I want enlightenment, and therefore I follow the Vedic scriptures which instruct us to pray, practice yoga, meditate, worship, eat vegetarian food, and so on. On the other hand, you say that there is nothing that I can do in order to attain enlightenment. The contradiction between these two opposing approaches confuses me. Can you please clarify what the right one is?
There is so many different directions that can be taken with this question, no? We can take so many different directions. I want enlightenment. This is already a contradiction, no? Because who is this I who wants enlightenment? Who is the one who has this desire, this ambition? Like people who want peace. But peace is a state without desires. So the very desire for peace is a contradiction. Destroy your peace. Anyway, and therefore I follow the Vedic scriptures, which instruct to pray, practice yoga, meditate, worship, eat vegetarian food, and so on. Yeah, absolutely. The Vedanta has two different guidance indications, like Brahma Vidya and Yoga Vidya. Brahma Vidya is about the experience itself. Yoga Vidya is about sadhana, practice, doing. There are so many things you can do. Pranayama, Hatha Yoga, different practices, japa. Okay. On the other hand, I say, and many other masters talk about, do nothing. Drop the goal. Drop the objective. We need to understand. This question arises in different ways, more than one time, because it's a misunderstanding of this subject. We found people, and you will find people, sadhakas, practitioners all over the world, who say do nothing. Only sit and do nothing. Give up any kind of practice, method, etc. And there is the other kind of practitioners, aspirants, who say, no, you should practice. Practice hatha yoga, meditation, japa, pranayama, swadhyaya, etc. And seems that there are who talk about two kinds, two paths, two different paths. One, the path of do nothing, sit quiet. And others, the path of the sadhana, the practitioner, the technique, the method. And then arises this question, this conflict. What to do? To go with the, drop the objective, drop the goal, do nothing, or to practice, to do something. The problem resides in the very essence of the concept about enlightenment, the idea we have about enlightenment. Most of the public has the idea that enlightenment is something that will happen to me. Is somewhere. I will achieve it. I will reach it. Something that I can add to myself. For example, when people say enlightenment is to know yourself, there are people who think it's a kind of information. Now I don't know who am I, because I perceive myself as an object too. As an object. So I don't know this object enough. And if I will receive more information about this I will be enlightened. Means is to know, like I know geography, mathematics, and I know science, I will know information. And they think it's in some future the goal to know in that way, to have more information, something that I don't have now. There are people who think it's a kind of light that will appear, something that I will see, some kind of experience that is there, and in some moment, in some future, I will experience it, and then I will be enlightened. You need to see that what is there is the idea, the concept, the conclusion that there is something in this, like an idea, a concept, something objective that I can achieve, can catch, can possess, can add to myself, something that now I don't have. I miss it. This is the essence of the problem. And it's very deep in all of us. It's so deep. Even unconsciously, you meditate because you think, now I don't have something, or meditation, nothing to do with it. But if I meditate, close my eyes, this will happen, will be added to me. And then we understand that as an ego is illusion. Ego is what I think I am. It's a concept, it's an idea. Because ego is an idea. It creates ideas. The ego moves in the world of ideas, theoretical world, concepts, illusions, conclusions, assumptions. So the ego creates an idea about enlightenment. Ego creates an idea about everything. And then, in your efforts as an ego, you begin to pursue an idea. You are like the dog after the tail, his own tail. You pursue your own imagination. You as a mind pursue your mind, a product, an idea. Enlightenment is the realization of what you already are. Factual. Is to awake to your reality. to the authenticity in you. That means that now it's not that you don't have something, but you ignore what is the reality. How is it possible? Because we live not in the present. We are not in the now, in the present moment. We are here, apparently, physically. But your mind is in all kind of nostalgies and memories. The world is a world of memories. I say it many times. You think about the place where you're born. It's not a place. It's a collection of memories, situations. You think about your parents, your father, your mother, your brother, your sister, and you don't think about somebody. You remember situations, words, colors, moments. That is, so is your husband, your wife. You live in a world of memories. That is the way you think you know. You collect information, you put in the memory. They are past, and from there you know. You feel you know something. That is the way we know. I hear something. I have a library. That is my memory. I collect there all the information. Yeah? My name, I am Chilean, this, that, this is my mother, I am ugly, I am beautiful, I am intelligent. You collect all information about everything, and from there you act. You are complex, you are... Human conditioning is memory. What you remember about yourself. This is ego. Ego is memory, it's past. It's past. How many times you will catch yourself, you talk from your past. And you project that past in the future. On the basis of what my mother wanted me to be, I project what I'm supposed to be and how I'm supposed to be, how I am expected to. I project to a future. But I talk about a psychological past and future, what I was and how I'm supposed to be. Everybody wants to be successful. But what is for you to be successful is related to an entire culture, a family. What is to be successful? For somebody is to be Miss Universe, for somebody else is money, for somebody else is to be a big artist, etc., or a genius. Depends where I born, the father, the mother, what was there. This is my past, and from there I act. And I project this in the future, how I'm supposed to be, how I expect to be. Enlightenment is consciousness, but consciousness free from all the fears, memories, concepts, conclusions, ideas. It's an explosion of light. When the consciousness is free from past, and you reside in the present, it's a silence explosion, where only consciousness is pure, pristine, clean, no ideas, no concept, not past, no conclusions, no assumptions. You experience simple what is as it is. Then the realization that reality knows only one time, now, the present, no other time. then you realize that the past is an imagination, it's dead. And the future still, it is not, so it's another imagination. That reality is only what is in the present. When you realize it, you understand that any kind of desire to achieve enlightenment is to put enlightenment as a goal, as an objective, is to push enlightenment in the future as another mental projection. And then you run out of the present. You are driving out of the present. And that kind of pursuit of enlightenment is an obstacle in your spiritual development. In that sense, if you hear, I need to want enlightenment, the desire, the mumukshutva, the desire for enlightenment. Yeah. Scriptures say you should be a mumukshutva, person who really are passionate for the truth, is ready to give his life for truth. But you translate that you need to have the truth as a goal, and any goal is in the future. That is the reason that as a mind you cannot stay in the present, because the mind is goal-oriented. At the moment you have a goal, you are not in the present anymore. You cannot be, obviously. Any goal, any objective, keep you goal-oriented, future-oriented. Every goal is in the next moment. Every goal is in the future. So at the moment you want enlightenment with such an intensity, that intensity, that desire, make you to put enlightenment in some future, and your efforts will be to actualize, to make it now, to realize now something that happens in the future, that is in the future, that is in the tomorrow. And then you fall in this effort, totally, obviously. So there are the masters who say, no, that kind of enlightenment idea, goal enlightenment objective, enlightenment that is drop it. Drop it as a goal. Do nothing about it. How to drop it? Simple, do nothing. Don't make efforts in order to be enlightened. That is not the direction. But any desire, any aspiration has a kind of intensity. You want it so much. And then the direction is drop the goal, drop the object, but don't drop the intensity of the desire. Then you don't divide two directions, like one is do nothing, drop the goal, and the other one is make efforts and practice. Sadhana. You unite both of them. Do nothing, drop it as a goal. Be in the present. But the intensity, the desire, don't let this intensity and desire drive you outside to the future, to the tomorrow. Direct that intensity, that desire to the present. That is yoga vidya. You don't practice japa, hatha yoga, etc., in order to one day achieve enlightenment. You practice yoga vidya, all your sadhana is in the direction to purify yourself, to clean yourself. To clean yourself from expectations, fears, complexes, memory, past, projections. To clean yourself that you will be able to look, to see clearly. And when you are able to look, to see, without any expectation, expectation is directed to the future. You are able to look in this moment, and then you will see. More accurate to say, will be an observation, not you, because you will not be there anymore. Only consciousness is without any concept even about yourself, and you are a concept, a conclusion about what you are. So when that conclusion is not there, only consciousness, only an ocean, infinite ocean of light, totally clean. An ocean of present. And you are there, but not as an object, not as somebody, not as something, but as a presence, infinite presence. You move in the universe, but from that moment you move more like a shadow of existence, not as something substantial. Like a shadow of the divine.